bait saver hooks. Just check them out online. The link will be in the description. He's come up with a cool hook, but this video is going to be about their jug line fishing reel. Line maintenance is always the biggest problem I've had with managing jugs. I have all my jugs down here, and they're already, see, they're already twisted. I got to sort all that out before I can go fishing. Dadgummit, right? Now this is actually a Stanley chalk line thing. You know the chalk line, you guys do construction, you ripping your plywood, you pull that chalk line and make a straight line. It's got a couple of screws here, took off the back, put some braided line in this thing with a swivel, with a 3/8 ounce lead weight swivel and one of his bait saver hooks. I can set the depth on this thing and then lock it back in place. And guess what? That fits right onto my jug, just like that. With this jug, all I get is whatever length of line that I've preset. And I don't have a way to adjust the depth. What I'm gonna do is take this guy off, and this guy will fit just like that. He glued somehow a plastic clip there. There's no chalk in here, and you can take this apart and put even whatever line you want on there. This third Saturday in October, Alabama's playing Tennessee. But that, my friends, is how that would work. And that would just lock in place, and much easier way to stow the line. First chore of the day is usually to cut up bait, man. We got a couple of bluegill and the rest of these beef livers. And beef liver. Messing around with little chicken livers. Serious? There we go. Early morning blue. Not bad. Again, fun on about a 7-weight fly rod. Got up here below the dam before all the bass fishermen got here. Good luck of that, right? Third Saturday in October. Alabama plays Tennessee. It's like probably outside of Auburn the biggest rivalry of the year. Kind of like Notre Dame and everybody else. Wind's blowing against the current, so we're gonna have to see. Another small channel, boy. These eating size ones are nice to easy, fast to clean. Not as messy as the big old blues, man. No, just the wind and the current acting in weird ways. A lot of times they'll have a fish on it and they'll come off. Yeah. There was a fish on it, but then he came off, you see? That'll happen sometimes, you know. Don't worry about it. Just rebait, redip, and get back on it. Something was on it, but it came off too. That's about a 3-weight there. Catch this on about a 3-weight. Wind is just really bass fishing. They all show up at the same time. They all leave at the same time. Here's another one right here. Nothing better to do. This came loose. All the line spun off as I was pulling it in, and it just snapped, broke. That's not much of a thing because I can always put, I got plenty of line in here, but that's something to watch out for because I gather my jugs on the fly. And it just pop and just came off. Pretty neat concept, you know. You just have to think about how you're going to do that though. It's got some size. Things kind of look like sharks sometimes when you're pulling them up and you see that color. Whew. Goodness. One ornery creature. All right, dude. You gonna help me out or not? I'm sorry, dude. You wanna know the best meat on a catfish? Right there on that shoulder. That shoulder, that's the best meat, man. His swim bladder vibrates like a drum almost. You know what I'm talking about? Oh gosh, we'll slit their gills when we get back to the boat dock. So yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing. You can check them out on their website. I mean, this somehow came loose, and I picked it up under power, and it plop, just came straight out. So it's like, well, looking down in here, I can see where it broke. There's a little hole here where he tied it onto that's only a very thin piece of plastic that's bridging the thing, as opposed to wrapping it around the whole spool like you would on a true fishing reel. And I think that's where it broke when it bam. You probably never expected anybody to do it like I do, where I'm running at 5 miles an hour. You scoop that sucker up, and then it just I'm thinking hydrodynamic forces in the water, kick that out, boom, just kick that out like that, and it was just pop. The line didn't snap, the hook didn't give, this gave, and then the weakness of the hole in here gave. Now the arbor, you know, all we'd have to do is take these two off and put some more line on it. Now my main concern with this one would be dry rot, you know, UV damage, plastic thing just snapping and breaking. You know how you leave a 5-gallon bucket outside for a while, and that eventually will happen with that. For most people who are just going to be going jug fishing every now and again, and they want an easy way to dole out line for depth and all that, this is a good thing. Part of the reason why I think that's so easy to kick out, because if you look right there, the base of that thing protrudes into the hole, so that thing's not fully locked in place. Any hydrodynamic force just kicks that out. My guess is that the guys who are doing this are just using a trolling motor and not really moving fast enough. But when you're doing 5-6 miles an hour like me, and I'm picking that thing up by hand, it doesn't take much force to kick that open, and there's no reason why that arbor should have broken. It's just that there's that little hole, little sort of a pinhole with a, you know, 1/16 of inch of plastic there that held that whole thing in place. There's no way it was going to hold. And I just hope I didn't have a fish on when I lost it. I would not leave this on the boat. I would definitely leave it inside the house so it doesn't get UV damaged. This thing can hold way more than 100 feet of line that it comes with. So, so it's a good invention. It's patent pending. Probably buy these from, he's got the official Stanley there, but he could probably just buy these from China from some suppliers. Where you know, I don't know where Stanley has these built, but I seriously doubt if they're built in the USA. But really actually have them build it specifically so you won't have the problem of this guy protruding here. I like the idea of put your hook down in there, and there's your hook keeper right there. Only problem with China is that you better believe they're going to copy it and sell it to anybody who needs it. And if you've got a patent pending, things like that, you know, my main concern is how strong is that, you know, over the course of time, how weak will that become, UV damage, and me just sitting around leaving it on the boat, you know, it's just, you know, is it fisherman proof? That's the real question, and that can only be told with time. You know, as opposed to something like this, well, is it fisherman? Yeah, it's been out here for how long have I made this thing? I still, you see, you know, in fact, it's going to outlast the boat itself at this rate. And so that's the jug fishing reel by Bait Saver Hooks. He gave us some other of his hooks, which are really kind of neat, but that needs to be a whole different video. The hooks, the reel and the hooks are two separate products, but we'll try to put links to this down in the description, let you see his website that's used in a very different way. It's actually pretty innovative. It replaces this, and it just kind of sits in the river and goes and floats and things. And let's face it, fishing reels are the greatest way to manage line that there ever has been. You wrap, even this, you wrap line around a spool. It's just the whole point of a reel. So check them out. Bait Saver hooks.